It's incredible how effective Advil and Tylenol are.
Both those things are terrible for you.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible for you. Do you know that if you take Tylenol is acetaminophen. If you take 20 times more than the dose, you're dead.
Wow.
Dead. There's a lot of people who die every year from Tylenol poisoning. In fact, there was a really terrible story about a woman who had COVID, and she was in agony because she had COVID, so she just kept taking Tylenol. She died from liver failure.
Wow.
From fucking Tylenol. It's terrible for you. Advil's terrible for you.
Advil's bad for your stomach.
Yes, it's bad for a lot of things. But they're non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, and they cause gut inflammation in a lot of people. Like my friend Cam, he was taking 800 milligrams of Advil every day because he runs every day, and he was always in pain. He heard a podcast I did with Dr. Rhonda Patrick. She explained all the dangers of non-steroidal anti-inflammatories and what they do to your gut and what they do to your gut biome and how they actually create inflammation. So he gets off of them. All his fucking pain went away.
Yeah.
So taking anti-inflammatories for pain was actually the source of his pain.
Huh.
Isn't that wild?
Well, if you're doing it on an ongoing basis, then I think that is a dynamic that will,
Yeah, in his case, it was pretty extreme.
Right. Like, if it's pretty rare that you're in pain and
Sure.
you take...
I mean, if you have a headache and you take it, if you're smart about it, you take it every now and again, I'm sure it's okay. It's like everything else. Your body will recover. But you just have to be careful with that stuff. To think that it's completely innocuous just because you could buy it at a drugstore is not the case.
Right.
And the Tylenol poisoning, when Dr. Peter Attia was explaining to me that it's just 20 times the recommended dose will kill you, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I hadn't heard any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that Advil was bad for your stomach, and I got to be careful with that because I have Barrett's esophagus.
What is that?
It's like erosion of the esophagus, like the tube coming out of your stomach. It's basically from like acid reflux and shit. And it's scary because it's often a precursor to esophageal cancer.
Ooh.
So it's something that I monitor really closely. Like at the moment I'm stable with it, but
what caused that?
I don't even know. I think acid reflux.
But what caused the acid reflux?
I don't have any idea.
Is it drugs or alcohol or
maybe?
How many people die a year from Tylenol? See, pull up how many people die a year in the United States from acetaminophen. When I found that out, I was shocked. Well, when I read about that woman who died when she was just trying to get over the COVID, it's responsible for 56,000 emergency department visits, 2,600 hospitalizations, and 500 deaths per year in the United States. 50% of those are unintentional overdoses. Wow, 50% of them are intentional then. Oof, that's awful. What an awful way to go. More than 60 million Americans consume acetaminophen on a weekly basis, and many are unaware that it is contained in combined products.
What about like Bayer? Like Bayer
No,
and
that's
aspirin?
okay.
Like the people take that for their heart?
Yeah, aspirin, I think in low doses is probably not bad, but I think even aspirin probably can kill you if you take enough of it.
Yeah.
Like, how many people die every year from aspirin overdose? Let's Google that. Let's take a guess. If it's 500 for Tylenol, let's say it's 50. What do you think? How many people a year die from aspirin? Maybe it's 0.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 0.
0? I'm going to go with 50. How many people die every year in the United States from aspirin? Maybe it can't even kill you.
But then again, I feel like that was something they said, like one aspirin every day is good for if you have a heart condition.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think they recanted that. So
Oh,
I'm
did they?
actually going to go with not 0.
Did they really recant that?
I think they recanted
That was the thing they were always telling you. Take an aspirin a day.
It's not giving me direct information, even though I typed it in. I'm seeing
It's the aspirin industry.
it causes more than 3,000 deaths per year in the UK, according to what I found.
Oh, that's a lot more.
But it says
Holy shit.
Especially the UK
it's
does
causing
not have that big of a
20,000
population.
bleeds annually, causing at least 3,000 deaths.
Whoa.
Okay, well, there you go.
Jesus Christ. daily aspirin behind more than 3,000 adult deaths per year. So aspirin kills more people than fucking acetaminophen?
But it is not.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that what we looked at too with acetaminophen was just the U.S. This is showing the U.K., which is
a
still a
tenth
lot
of
of
the
people. And
population.
it's a smaller number, I know.
That's wild. I would have never guessed that. I was going with 50.
Let me see if I,
Yep. They seems that they did
Oh,
recant
look at
it.
this, though. In 2021, it says 227 deaths were recorded in England and Wales as a result of paracetamol poisoning. I guess that's aspirin.
no, this is Tylenol.
That's Tylenol. Oh, you wrote Tylenol
Yeah, I
deaths.
switched over back to Tylenol to see
Oh,
what.
why'd
what
you do that? We're done with that.
Well, I wanted to because I wasn't getting an answer for U.S. for aspirin, so I wanted to see what it said for UK since I did.
So
have
Tylenol per year is half of what it is in America, roughly. But aspirin,
I was trying to get
3,000 deaths per year?
And the population is 10%.
That's fucking crazy. I would have never imagined it's that many. Maybe it's just because it's more popular. Wow. So, does daily aspirin behind more than 3,000 deaths per year?
But I don't know
And
who.
that's
Yeah, we could probably break that number down though too. I don't know if it's an accumulation because it's not sudden deaths. It's not like they're just getting a heart attack all of a sudden.
Scroll back down a little bit. It says, expert warn more people die from aspirin than COVID-19. What?
I wouldn't use this. I wouldn't have. That's why I skipped past this.
Oh,
seemed
it's one of
like a
them
funky
weird
link. Yeah, I just wasn't even.
This
go
are
to
those
it.
fucking clickbaity cunts.
yeah.
They'll lure you in with some fake headline, some bullshit website that's in Macedonia or some shit that's just designed to get American clicks and sell ads. They're so sneaky with that shit.
I was starting to wonder if you were onto something with the aspirin people.
Well, there's probably a lot of money in aspirin.
Yeah.
And if people were taking it every day, Google that. Does taking aspirin every day prevent heart attacks? Because that was the thing that they were saying. But I think at that time they were just saying like one aspirin every day.
This was saying, the UK thing. I found another way of someone else describing it. It says around 40% of adults aged 75 or over in the UK take a daily aspirin and have lifelong treatment. And is recommended for patients who have previously had a heart attack or stroke.